And there was always shootouts right here because of that. This is where I grew up. Until junior high. In junior high is when after the riots, because of the riots and because of the heavy drug activity here, that's why you don't not see any more cars on the street. Cars are not allowed to park on either side of the street, if you notice, all the way down, because of the drug sales. When I was a kid here, I saw why. Because of that, there's no cars on this road, no stopping anytime. So my dad would have to park all the way over there, or all the way over there on the other side of the Liborio. And he would get his truck broken into all the time. And he couldn't take it no more. He couldn't take his shit kept on getting jacked and all the drug deals and everything. So we moved out of here to Echo Park.
Wow.
And my dad lived here too.
Your dad lived there in the back room. And the back room has a dope ass view of downtown LA. And that, ever since I grew up, is my image of downtown LA. And part of the reason why I got this tattoo in my arm, even though it's from Echo Park, is because as a child, that was my escape. My escape was looking at those corporate buildings at night from your dad's room.
From my dad's room?
From your dad's room and the little porch that's in the back. This is downtown LA to me.
So y'all moved out of here right after the LA riots?
A year or two after.
You know, that's so interesting because my parents moved out of, they were living in South Central during the LA riots.
Allá arriba? Where the two satellite dishes are?
You see that, if we keep going a little further, you see that other little room back there?
El que está un poquito más abajo.
No, the one on top of the one that has like a curtain. That was your dad's room. And that little porch with those satellites on, that's where I used to sit every night and watch downtown LA from right there.
You had a $1 million view.
$1 million view from a roach infested apartment.
That was everyone's experience back in the day.
From a roach infested apartment. We used to put those old, they would have smoke, you know, to kill the roaches.
Yeah, las bombas.
And we would leave for like half the day.
My mom had to do that.
And we would come back and the entire floor
Was covered with roaches.
was covered with roaches.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that we could get by. We couldn't do anything about it because the apartment building was so old and because of the drug dealers underneath.
Yeah.
And my neighbor downstairs, his name was Ernesto, and he was half Salvadoran, half Puerto Rican. And when we were in 6th grade, his sisters were from MS, and he got jumped into MS in front of me. And I was supposed to get jumped into the MS too, but I didn't. But he got jumped in. His name was Ernesto Lorenzana. And shortly after that, his parents sent him to Puerto Rico. His dad was Puerto Rican, his mom was Salvadoran.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered if he went to Puerto Rico and started MS over there.
No, yeah, it's interesting because right after the LA riots is when my parents got out of LA too. They moved to the San Gabriel Valley.
Everybody wanted to get out.
Everyone was just fed up.
Everything was fucked up here at the time. 10th Street. Sometimes I see books that have been written by the first Salvadorans that came to this city, and they all talk about either coming to Union or 10th Street School. We were all here at one point.
My brother and sister went to 10th Street School.
Virgil too, because it's the only Virgil and Berendo were the schools that everybody around this entire community will get funneled to. So Virgil and Berendo had all the Central American students.
That's where my tia went.
Yeah.
My tia's 36. She came here when she was 5. My grandma came. She went to Virgil.
I went to Virgil too. And all of this, and just like I was telling you guys, we're in this fucking concrete jungle hell, like a bad nightmare. But if we look to the east, we see a beautiful skyline, and if we look to the west, we saw a Hollywood sign. What a contradiction.
Esa bandera de la Oh, no, we run into each other.
Everybody.
Yeah, just jamming right here.
My cousin, my sister, my friend.
Cousin, what's up?
Hey,
How
Carlos.
you doing, sir? Jake. Nice. Hey, how you doing? Good. Just right here jamming, you know, watching the sunset.
It's amazing. Ellie, tell us about the song you sang.
The song?
Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous, so I didn't sing it in order, but it's a song about the sunset.
Yeah.
It talks about the sun, as referring it to it as Nuestro Padre, our Father, Tonatú.
Yeah.
And it talks about the sun telling it not to leave. When you leave, it hurts me. And Sol de Fuego. And then when the sun finally sets towards the end of the song, it says, the sun has set, fire don't leave